Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm going to show you how to build a machine learning app using Savvi. This app is going to help you evaluate the risk of ACH transactions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to define the decision that's being made, and that is whether or not to accept or reject an ACH transaction. Now I'm going to define the performance goals, and in this case, I'm trying to reduce the amount of non-sufficient funds events. I'm going to do that by using information I know about the user or the transaction. In this case, I'm using a bunch of plaid data that I have access to about each transaction and some other things that you can add into this list that includes the account balance, the account type, how many transactions are pending on this account, how much the item is valued at that they're purchasing, and what their ratio of transaction amount to bank balance is. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up these guardrails because I have hard and fast business rules that need to be followed. So in this case, if an NSF event is predicted to be higher than 15%, we're always going to reject that transaction. And alternatively, when a predicted NSF event is less than 5% likely, we're always going to accept that transaction. Now, in the middle, we have another guardrail. It says that if the transaction to balance ratio is less than or equal to 10% and the predicted NSF event is less than 15%, then we're going to include the option to accept that. These are rules that will supersede any machine learning that we do in this use case. The next thing I'm going to do is save this machine learning app and I'm going to push it into an environment. When I do this, the machine learning app is ready to be used in the sense that I've now published APIs that can give and receive data, and I have something to hand off to my development team so they can start integrating it. Before they integrate it, though, what I really want to do is I want to see how the machine learning behaves. So I've added some dummy data to this use case so that we can test it. Now I'm using the what if tool to test a couple of different scenarios and see how the machine learning app behaves. In this first scenario, I can see that the available bank balance is $818. I know it's a checking account and that the transaction amount is $35. Now I'm going to hit run. So the machine learning app has determined that this is a low risk NSF event and it's using this decision to accept that transaction. Let me test one more scenario. In this scenario, we can see that the user has $123 in their bank account and they're trying to spend $52. Let me hit run again. So in this scenario, we see that this is a higher likelihood of NSF events, and the recommendation is to reject this transaction. This is how you build a machine learning app to reduce your non-sufficient funds events on ACH transactions using Savvi AI.